Hello, today I'll be showing these antiquarian books over 100 years old, and they were used for learning different subjects if you were a young pupil at a school in the 1800s. As you can see, you have some basic reading books down here. This one's in quite nice condition. This one's in quite the rough condition. So is this one. But each of these are quite important because they each tell their own sort of story. There's lots of handwritten notes here, lots of student notes, what they would write as they lived their daily day-to-day lives. As you can see, some of the students would go back here and color the drawings. So these books were definitely well used. Most likely they are passed around by many dozen hands, as I'm from a rural area, and well, schoolhouses back in the day, especially here, they didn't have the most resources. They had to do what they had to do in order to learn. Now, there's probably a lot of hands that used to touch this in the 1800s, so it's quite interesting to think about. Now, this one's quite similar. It's another issue of McGuffey's Eclectic Reader, and it is revised. Wow. First time seeing that. I haven't really gone through these before, and it's interesting to see stuff like that. That's a lot of red marker. And yes, it appears there are some notes here. 1893. Isn't that quite interesting? Yep, lessons. Now, let's crack open this and see what beholds it. Cute little gnome thing. Yeah. Looks like someone was practicing how to write their name on that front page. I believe that this would have been for younger learners, so it would be this one. Whereas the 4th editions, I assume, would be for older students, but I'm not quite sure because I've not done a large amount of research yet. Next we have this quite wrinkled up little book. Most likely it was used for learning. Yeah, there's Ray's primary arithmetic in the back here. Then we get to this, McGuffey's First Eclectic Reader Revised Edition. It kind of tricks you up how it says eclectic. What a strange name. It makes you want to say electric, but this was mostly before electricity was a known and common thing. Quite the strange drawings we have there. Some kid went off the rails with that. Yes, and as I suspected, these are the simplest lessons out of all these books. Looks like for first graders in today's age. Still, quite interesting to flip through. Let's see. Ooh, cover's coming off of that. But let's still treat it as if it were still valuable, because it is in many ways. Many hands passed down through this, and many hands touched it. It's people's history. The last days of Pompeii, withdrawn. How interesting, and someone included a drawing of a woman there. And they included some notes. Quite the interesting find there. Yeah. It seems to be that this book is through the perspective of as a person living there. Sort of like those I Survived books in the modern ages. Quite bad on the spine there, quite dusty. A lot of these books, especially that one and this one, have a lot of black dark dust that you don't commonly see on books. It comes from centuries of use. Now, this was quite the showcase. I may go back and read through some of these more in depth, but this is sort of a first look at each of these books. And I hope you enjoyed looking through this little lens of history with me. Thank you.